This whole Travis Hunter situation just crossed a line that nobody thought it would reach. What started out looking like a young NFL love story is now spiraling into something way bigger. We're talking cheating rumors, questions about paternity, and a potential multi-million-dollar fallout that could change everything for both of them. And here's the part that has people stuck. It didn't come out of nowhere. The signs were always there. People just didn't take them seriously at the time. Because if you go back and actually look at the clips, the interviews, the small moments everyone ignored, it starts to feel like this entire situation was building in plain sight. Now, suddenly, reports are claiming that Travis may have walked away from the relationship completely. And at the same time, there are rumors that things behind the scenes have gotten so messy that lawyers might already be involved. And if that's true, then this is no longer just relationship drama. This is financial, legal, and personal all at once. So, the real question is, what actually happened here? Was this just a relationship falling apart under pressure? Or is this one of those situations where the truth was always there, just hidden under the surface? Let's break it down. Because to understand where things are now, you have to go back to how people first started questioning their relationship. At the beginning, Travis always came across as the more grounded one, focused on football, staying low-key, not really into the spotlight outside of his career. He seemed like someone who just wanted to build his future and bring the people he loved along with him. Leanna, on the other hand, always gave off a different energy, more outgoing, more social, more tuned into appearances and how things looked publicly. Now on its own, that doesn't mean anything. Opposites attract all the time, but when you start stacking moments together, it starts to paint a different picture. One of the first things that caught people's attention was an old clip where she openly admitted that Travis wasn't even her type when they first met. At the time, people laughed it off. It seemed like one of those love grew over time stories. But looking back now, that moment hits differently, because people are asking, if he wasn't your type, what changed? And that question only got louder when more clips started resurfacing. There's one in particular that people keep bringing up. She's telling a story about how Travis would drive her to parties, sit outside for hours while she was inside, and then take her home afterward. When you first hear it, it sounds almost sweet, like he was being supportive. But the internet doesn't look at things on the surface.
I see a couple girls doing advice for girls who are about to go to the draft. So here's my advice. Don't get in the camera, because if you get in the camera too much, you are in attention and you want this to revolve around you. But also, don't avoid the cameras and sit down and try to dodge the cameras, because then you don't care about your boyfriend or fiance or husband, and supposedly other people are gonna tell you to sit up when really you're just trying to hide from cameras.
And suddenly, people started asking, why would someone avoid that moment on their own wedding day?
Don't hug him before his mom hugs him, because then that's wrong and his mother should hug him first. But also hug him before his mom, because then it's gonna look like someone's trying to tell you to go hug him when really you were just trying to let their mom hug them first. Don't cry, because if you cry, then you're dramatic. But also, if you don't cry, then you don't care about him and you're just there for me.
People looked at how she reacted to other moments, like meeting celebrities or being in certain environments. The energy was completely different. And now the internet is doing what it always does, connecting dots. But here's where things take a serious turn. Because once rumors about cheating started circulating, everything escalated overnight. Now, to be clear, none of these claims have been officially confirmed. But that hasn't stopped people from digging deeper. According to multiple online reports, there were already issues in the relationship long before things became public. And then came the biggest claim of all. Questions about whether Travis is actually the father of the child. Again, this is where things get sensitive. There's no verified public confirmation. But the rumor alone was enough to shift the entire narrative. Because now, this isn't just about trust anymore. It's about identity, responsibility, and the future. And if there's even a possibility that those claims are true, it explains why people are saying Travis may have stepped away completely. Because from his perspective, that's not something you can just ignore.
Respond to him. He wasn't my type. So then I left him.
I wasn't her type.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months, and then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends. Like,
Complicated. In some cases, even short marriages can still lead to financial obligations if certain conditions are met. And here's where it gets even more intense. There was reportedly no prenup. Now think about that for a second. A rising NFL star with a multi-million-dollar career ahead of him, entering a marriage without a prenup. Even before all of this drama, that alone had people raising eyebrows. And now that things are allegedly falling apart, that decision is coming back into focus in a major way. Because if this does turn into a legal battle, the financial impact could be massive. There are already discussions online about potential settlements, with some claims suggesting numbers as high as $10 million being mentioned. Again, these are reports and speculation, but the fact that people are even talking about numbers like that tells you how serious the situation has become.
The thing that ever stood out to me about Travis was that he never tried to change me at all. So like I said, I met him in college. He was in high school, and I obviously I was in the middle of outgrowing partying, but I still partied a lot. And I don't know if y'all know this, but he doesn't drink at all. Like, even though he's legal to drink, he doesn't drink. And I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila in my veins. So I drink. I don't drink a lot, but I drink. And I used to party and stuff. And he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside partying, and then take us home.
Like, you so caught up in being in love with this, bro. I don't even think this woman really loved you like that, bro. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here? What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what's keeping you here? You gotta ask, but you young though. But you gotta ask yourself some questions.
It starts to feel less like a sudden collapse, and more like something that was always fragile. Something that just needed one moment to break. Now, to be fair, relationships are complicated. There are always two sides to every story. And until anything is confirmed directly by the people involved, everything should be taken with caution. But at the same time, people aren't just reacting to one thing. They're reacting to a pattern. And patterns are hard to ignore. So now the situation is at a point where everyone is watching, waiting to see what happens next. Will Travis speak out? Will the rumors be addressed? Will this turn into a full legal battle? Or will everything stay behind closed doors? One thing is clear, though. What once looked like a simple love story has turned into one of the most talked about situations right now. And depending on what comes out next, this could either settle down or get even bigger. So now it's on you. Do you think this is all being blown out of proportion? Or do you think there's more going on behind the scenes than people are being told? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you've been following this story, make sure you stay tuned, because this situation is far from over. If you like the video, subscribe, follow, and comment on Roundable Celebrity.